Studio, a creative partner for your channel? Try a new experimental feature to ask about comments, channel analytics, and video ideas. Oh! Your channel and video analytics, community engagement and comments, new content ideas, tips and info about YouTube Studio. Ask a question to get started. How do we use this scientific research tool that is totally useful? Who wrote the worst comment on my channel? I analyzed about 150 recent No. You analyze every single comment in the history of my channel. Let's still check it out if it changes though. One viewer jokingly expressed disappointment. How is this the worst comment? Because you didn't reach a true 100% in a mining game, but another called... I actually know what this is talking about, funny enough. Because the user wrote, and this is it was a joke comment. The game unlocked after we were done 9,999 upgrades or something like this. And I was like, dude, like this, like we don't need this for 100%, right? Because 100% is either way about achievement. And the other one called it AI slop. Oh, that was, oh god, that was a comment in reference to the artifact pictures in that game. I'm pretty sure that's what this one here at least talks about. And I remember I responded like in a way of, I don't know if it's AI or not, but I would be a little bit careful calling so much AI because this has happened a lot recently. And some people even called my thumbnails AI. And I'm sitting there in Photoshop as a complete loser who can't do this entire stuff. And I'm like, cool, my stuff looks so bad that people think it's AI. Many viewers love to tease you about how you pronounce iron, but it's consistently done with affection. One viewer even joked they would complain about it no matter how you say it. Okay. Sounds on brand. Honestly, the whole thing is a lot of fun. Since you've been quite vocal about your dislike for the battle axe, some viewers have pushed back. Bunch saying corn is displeased. I remember that. And I was like, who is corn? I know corn. Okay, but that's, you know, that's alcohol. I don't know what corn is. The worst comment. Okay, wait. Okay, I understand now. What was the worst comment? If we define worst as the most blunt or unhappy, there was one comment where a viewer was frustrated that you didn't complete a 100% run as promised in the title, saying they expected more. That is also because of the 9999 upgrades, I believe. Possibly in another video, because in 2 videos that was actually the case, that I had that in there. Another viewer simply called the lack of background music ass. Wait, what? I'm laughing my ass? Okay. Okay. Damn bro, no music is ass. Okay. Okay. I'm not surprised I don't remember that. Okay. However, these are very mild compared to the usual internet negativity. Yeah, maybe you did a poor job, my friend. Overall, Dex, your community is a massive Can I report this? Can I report this entire thing? They clearly appreciate the absurd amount of effort and Dexanity. I want to sue this actually for using my name. No, you analyze... Okay. Not... You analyze every single comment on my channel. Let's go. I'm actually curious if that works. Hundreds of comments. Sag mal, was denkst du, wer ich bin? Junge, there are thousands. There are thousands. Not hundreds. Channel Dex looking for anything, but it's impossible for any tool to can scan every single comment in history. But just on my channel, okay? I know I said it's thousands, but it's also not that much. However, if you're looking for the worst, the blunt and the grumpy. Ooh, yes, the source is here. Comments are necessarily hate, okay, but someone is disgruntled. Reason lack of background music. It's the same one again. The 100% lies. You have some very literal viewers. And you didn't reach a true 100% in a mining game. One viewer told you, ich habe nicht den Arsch offen. Wenn du sagst, du machst 100%, dann machst du auch. Basically telling you, yeah, but this is a joke comment. Because it was already at 100%. Some viewers get genuinely stressed by your voice. Okay, I don't want to read ahead. But if that's true, why would you even watch the channel to begin with? It's not like I'm the only channel that does something. So let's see. One called a game you played AI slop. Oh, choices, not voice. Specific and using the vomit emoji. No comments found. Well, let's see what the commenter wrote. Understandable, but what is this moment about? Keep on mining. 6, 7, and we are done. Understandable. The the passive-aggressive Joes. You often talk about, but these are all recent. Like, that's what I mean. Hundreds of comments on some of these videos is one video, you know? That's not a lot. Like, I'm not saying every video has hundreds of comments. I'm just saying there are some videos that already reach hundreds of comments with a channel that has almost 2,000 videos. This doesn't really do a lot. Okay, you often talk about the shows. Listen, I did it once. I did it once. Don't try to gaslight me. Who give unsolicited advice? No. 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 I actually really like tips, tricks, advice, ideas. I enjoy that. What some people already consider as backseat gaming. Because this is how you learn stuff that you don't know. And Joes are people that are confidently incorrect. They tell you, you're so stupid because you did this and this, but you should have done this. And it's just wrong. What they say you should do doesn't work, or it's effectively worse. The "you're doing it wrong" crowd. One viewer told you you're doing it wrong, you don't mind a coal, you're supposed to eat it. You suck. Do you know that, Studio? You suck. Another took a jab at your intelligence. Okay, there we go. Saying, Dex, am I stupid? No, you are a very intelligent Dummkopf, which is an idiot. Okay, we're about to ban someone. What's the point? What's the point? Okay, to be honest, looking where the video was written, valid. I can't say anything against that, valid. Cheating accusations? That rarely happens, but usually in Potato. On your incremental idle game video, one viewer dismissed your effort entirely, claiming cheated, the bosses run invalid, do it again. You don't even understand synopsis. Okay, so I don't think synopsis is actually the word for that. I remember the comment because this was on the... Here, this one. Yeah, there it is. So, the bosses were bugged in that video and you could just fight them twice and they would automatically lose. But you need to understand, these challenges, you don't actually have to do them. They just gave us like a little push that everything is faster. So it didn't really matter. For the bosses, it did matter. But the only thing that changed is we didn't have to farm up as much. But we still needed to get all of the upgrades, you know. And I take this as a fun comment. Because what the person is actually saying... Hey Dex, I had fun watching the video. Now I write a fun comment. You should do the whole thing again and I'll watch it again. Even though it will be the same video, just slightly different. Okay, the worst comment. What is it? Is likely the one telling you that your content is ass due to the music. Seriously? This is the best you can do? This is the best you can do? Like, this is not an insult to me. That is like, I don't like your decision to remove the music or to make it lower because people heavily requested something like that and I wanted to try it out. But like, you know, that's not the worst. That's feedback. That's, you know, that's feedback. Sure, very, you know, direct feedback, but that's fine to me. Or the German viewer telling you they didn't have their ass open. So recently, for some reason, I started saying Haschen Arsch offen. And it translates to having their, you know, open. But in German, this pretty much means like, what type of stupid thing are you expecting? Like, are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? That is what that means when you say that. For your 100% claims. No, I don't think that's true. Maybe it's true, but I don't think that's true. These are the most direct forms of negativity. That said, for every grumpy comment, there are dozens of fans, like the one who said, "We don't deserve the Dex. The man, an example of commitment and genius in stupidity." Valid. You've built a community that loves your Dex and... Alter, who started that bullshit? Who was that? It's... You! Because of you, I cringe every time I read this now. I was thinking to do this kind of insanity, but thanks to you, I don't do it anymore. Oh, that was the one, the pickaxe video, okay. Even when they are complaining about how you say iron. Yeah, but like, you don't work. You don't work. Okay, but all of this negativity aside, right? What are the best comments? You know what? Who cares about feeling positive? Can you analyze the worst comments of 2025? Because maybe with a range. You know? This way we get out of this bad stuff. Analyzing your channel's feedback from 2025, Dex, it's clear that your audience remains highly engaged and generally very supportive. Yeah, but that's not the tea. We are not here for this. However, as your channel grows and you tackle more difficult challenges, some spicier comments have definitely surfaced. Oh, we are here for the sauce! I've looked through a wide range of comments from 2025 to identify the ones that stand out the most as blunt, critical. Mate, like, you don't understand what I'm telling you. It's a simple word, right? Wait. Okay, first of all, we check, but I have an idea. The blunt and the critical. These viewers didn't hold back when they were unhappy with your game. Okay. One viewer was particularly harsh, stating, I don't get why people think you're good at games. You're terrible. Tiny attention span. We have our first ban. We have our... Don't ruin this for me, okay? We are here for the spies. You are good at games. Scheiße, did I insult myself? No, that's impossible. Yeah, that's impossible. There it is. We found it. Self-multiplying Satan Rage burns the entire stage. What a title, man. You know what? I don't really know the game all too much. I mean, Thomas Niels 9291. You didn't even write the numbers right. Like, I'm just saying I don't expect much from you. I need something more, you know? Because this is kind of valid. But the thing is, I focus on the things that matter. Which are the things that make me entertained. After a video where you experience... Ja, hör doch auf mit demselben Comment jedes Mal. Es ist doch kein... I'm about to delete the comment because the dude here keeps referring to it. And it's no problem. This is feedback. In your beast... Oh. You're 100% cheating. Okay, cheating accusations. Cheating accusations. Listen, the laughing emojis don't really help that much with that, but... Oh. Okay. Spies. So what happened? Let's go for luck. Oh, I mean, listen, buddy. Let me guess. It's on one fishhook or something. The dude is cheating. Like, I don't even need to watch further. The passive aggressive and the shows. This didn't exist in 2025. As you often joke about, the shows are alive and well in 2025. To be fair, yes, but I never... Like, That was a recent video. I just had to come up with a name. So I called them shows. Offering critique masked as advice. No, I'm fine with critique. I'm fine with advice. But I'm not fine when I don't know something and someone tells me how it works and this is blatantly wrong. And then I also spread that misinformation because I have to explain why I did something, you know. But someone who actually knows stuff is like, Dex, are you stupid? Why are you doing this? I'm like, no, this is how it works. And they'll be coming back like, no, you have no clue about the game. Stop saying that. And I'm like, well, scheiße, who do I believe now? The Joe, or are you a jib? And I don't know it. Well, let's see. The Dummkopf chap. One viewer wrote, Dex, am I stupid? No, you're very intelligent, Dummkopf. Now this is valid. Missed opportunities. Oh, your efficiency or lack thereof can really trigger some fans. One viewer lamented, how could you miss that alloy? There was a ton of damage left behind. How could you miss that alloy? 3 months ago. I see where you're coming from, but generally speaking, this is a moment... Wasn't this even a game that didn't have a lot of material? Yeah, 459 and 504. So in general, I don't think this comment is really wrong, but it also highly overvalues the value of alloy, because in Potato it's really easy to have enough damage. What is the hard part is that you keep up with the game, revenue-wise, and more materials dropped is also more level ups and means more stats. So if you have enough stats, you really don't need this, but to be honest, I don't think it's that hard to figure out that sometimes you miss something. I feel like, right? It's like, how did you miss that? Well, Didn't think about it. I'm not saying that was here the case. I would just not buy it, genuinely. Like, I don't care. I don't need it. I need money. But yeah, they're just plain weird. Sometimes the worst comments, okay. One very strange comment compared to your enthusiasm for in-game destruction to historical soldiers. I did what? Saying, you'd have made the best... Ooh. Yeah, I don't... Yeah, okay. How did I miss that? So, there are some things, you know, that shouldn't be written, and some things that may be funny to you, but are not funny. Yeah. But this is why we have a ban feature on YouTube, you know? That's the good thing. I don't know why you would think that's funny. I don't think it's funny. You know, I can take a joke, but a joke, the point is, it has to be funny. After one of your more intense potato guides, a viewer simply asked that I just join a cult. Valid. Valid. That's not plain weird. Valid. The worst of 2025. Now, the exciting part will be, is it actually a comment from 2025? Because as we saw, these were all from 2026. Okay, but a little bit older. That was good. 3 months is good, you know. The comment calling you terrible with a tiny attention span is like, yeah. You know what? It's not enough that I really would bother a lot. And I think sometimes that's also valid. But I also think some people sometimes forget that I play games every single day, hours long, every single day, and these games are just highly different and work differently. You need to pay attention to different things. And the worst thing that actually happens is when games are very similar, like the same type of games, but then they change a core mechanic. And in my brain, I'm hardwired to the mechanic that I've seen hundreds, if not thousands of hours, and in this game it's different. And it may be easy to understand, you know, the mechanic itself, how they do it, but this doesn't change anything about my muscle memory in my brain. However, the historical comparison is arguably the worst. Okay, you know what? I actually agree with that, because that's a commentaire I now banned. So, you know what? Good job. that's I don't even know how that slipped my mind, because I usually read all of the comments, but sometimes it also happens that I'm like, I get it's a joke, but you kind of overstep the boundary, but I'm not sure if I want to ban you for that, because that's like, you can't really undo bans on YouTube. There are no temporary bans. I can go into my ban list, but there are like thousands, if at this point not millions, of bot accounts in there. So I can't find this one person anymore. It's just it. If you're banned once, you're gone forever. If you apologize via mail, which some people do, because I sometimes write them a comment before I do that and explain, hey buddy, listen, I know it can get upsetting sometimes, but that's just not something I want to have on my channel, see ya mate. You know, and sometimes I get a mail then, but the problem is, even if I would change my mind, which I usually don't, I can't. It's the Dexanity again. Do I silently just remove the video so this dude stops doing that? Okay, let's try this again, but we'll change it up a bit, because clearly the AI can't handle this. Analyze the worst comments of 2024, and we change the worst to worst. Because maybe then the comment makes it think so much that it just forgets it has a limit. Analyzing your feedback from 2024, Dex, it's clear that your worst word are often just your views being incredibly blunt about your gameplay choices or unique way of speaking. I don't think this was a thing before the incremental games, because I never really had to say iron a lot. I've analyzed a wide variety of comments, yeah. The blunt gameplay, terrible skills. One viewer didn't mince words calling you terrible at games and criticizing your tiny attention. Yeah, that's the same one again. Math failures, your strategic choices can be a pain to watch for some. One viewer even suggested someone should be teach bro how to do math. But there's actually no way I didn't respond to that. Because I'm really good at math. Now, I sometimes make mistakes, you know. Someone teach bro how to do math. Okay, let's check it out. But it wasn't this the same guy with the alloy comment? Expensive. Yeah, like this one works, but the other one is way too expensive. Not sure. Editing decks here, even though they are cheaper to just buy as higher levels, what we want to do is we want to fill up an entire shop and buy it. So if we take these super expensive ones, then we just lose a ton of money on the rerolls. So it's better to buy them slowly over time and saving money on the rolls. And But it's explained there. It's like, I don't remember anymore why I did something 10 months ago, you know, or up to 10 months ago. But what else am I supposed to do? That's it. And I get it. The goal is you want to roll as much as possible to get the bait whenever you roll. That was my goal. So if we buy a very expensive weapon, especially 2 weapons, right? Then we pay a humongous amount of money, have less rolls, and can't buy the 1 material bait as much, because we can't roll as much. It makes sense. There's a Joe. Okay. You could have called them a Joe now. I'm just saying. You referenced this so much when you shouldn't have. Like, this time you could have really done it. Painful performance in yet another Zombie Survivors? Painful to see the game played so poorly? Painful to see the game played so poorly. Also, I haven't played this game in ages and I think it looks the same. Well, you know, that's why we do the thinking and you do the watching. I'm just saying. So this entire segment didn't exist, which is huge. You have general, then for each of the classes you have an upgrade tree. The entire game is different. What? I remember the first video where I played it so well. It was like in a city, on streets, with upgrades spread out, but like highly limited. It was completely different. Like, obviously it's not a complete flip on the game, right? Because it's the same game, they just updated it. But it looks completely different. Yeah, I don't know, some people are interesting, you know? The pronunciation police. The PP! You guys are the PP! Okay, you know what? You're called, like from now on, anyone who talks about how to pronounce iron or knight, this is what we'll call you, the PP. Viewers are still fuming over how you say iron. One person even claimed they would complain about... Yeah, okay, we had that already. This is not 2024. While most are okay with iron or Zix... Zix? Do you mean Zix? That's something completely different. You English people, you just have such a, like, weak genes. Like, your Z is a Z. How do you see Z and you say Z? You don't do that. Like, what is your S sound then even? Z? You know? And Z, 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 Z. No, it's S and it's Z. Okay? You're just weak. Weak bloodline. One viewer drew a hard line in your pronunciation of uranium. It's uranium. I say uranium. Okay. Okay, let's check out the moment what Dex said. Let's see what actually happened. I'm okay with the iron and the 6 and 7, but draw the line at uranium. What? What is this? Uranium rocks. Ja, scheiße, ne? I think I said uranium. Okay. I actually didn't expect that even I would say I said uranium. Yeah. How do we fix this? Uranium. Why is it twice in there? It's only once. Okay. It's only once. Oh, it was only once. Like, I was looking for the other one, but didn't find it. Publish. This never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. This never happened. Okay, you get a heart. That actually made me laugh a lot. That was amazing. The weird and unsettling. Ooh, now we get to the good stuff. One viewer found it very unsettling and sent a 1940s chill down their spine to hear you repeat the word friends while stabbing things with your accent. Listen, I'm just gonna say, I don't think that was bad. I know this isn't a hightail video. I don't even need to check that. Okay, we'll check it, but I know it's in the hightail video. Yeah, it's in the hightail video. Because I kept walking up to all of the stuff in the game and said, friends? Are you friends? Oh, you said, woo! We are friends! We are friends! We are friends! 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 And when they didn't attack me, I would attack them to get their resources, you know. Now, if they attack me, I also attack them. So there was little difference, right? but it's for the money. Yeah, but we got rid of that comment. All is good. Like, this is, you know, both of these comments are really borderline, you know, but this is something I could still take as a joke because it's like a reference where you need to know what it's about, but literally calling someone something. I can't really explain it, but this here, to me, feels like a joke. That is critical a little bit, but it's fine. You know, I'll survive it. This here doesn't feel like a joke to me. Like, yes, it's meant as a joke, but it doesn't feel like a joke that should have been written. The worst summary. Terrible with a tiny attention span. Yeah, that was annoying, but it's fine. But as always, Dex, for every worst comment, there are hundreds of if you do it again. You didn't do it. We got rid of the exciting curse. Favorite idiot. But that's fair. That's fair. Who wrote the best comment in the history of my channel? I swear, if I get insulted now, I'm actually gonna be mad. If I try to look for the worst comments and now the best comments are something insulting me, I'm gonna be mad. One viewer noted that because it took you 3 days to... Okay, that's a recent cool LLC video. But that's nice. Yeah, that was nice. Another viewer shared that your videos hit differently, providing more enjoyment than the high-budget slop found in movie theaters today. I mean, that's a huge compliment. I remember reading that. I'm not sure how to really take that because, you know, I make stuff in one day. But if it's enjoyed that much, or even more, than watching a movie in the cinema, which can also be a disappointing experience, right? Big thumbs up. The favorite idiot. Yeah, you know what? That's something. One person wrote this. One person wrote this. Your viewers love when you go mad for the entertainment. But do you, by the way, understand how a creator may think this is such a big thing on their channel while it isn't? I know that it isn't a big thing on my channel because I read every single comment, and when there's something to respond to, I respond to that. So, like, this was something new. I've heard this once before, but that was also it. And now I would think all of my comments about Dexanity, and it's one person who said it once. Genius and stupidity. We don't deserve the Dex as an example of commitment and genius. Yeah, didn't we hear that already? Hidden gem of YouTube, which fans specifically praise. Yeah, this is why I don't like reading these. Like, I just cringe. Like, it's nice, guys, okay? But especially when I read it out loud, it's as if I compliment myself. Like the banished strategy in Bounty of One. That was a checkpot, though. Like, we discovered an insane strategy there that when you reroll, the game doesn't show you what you rerolled into before, which, you know, is not a rare mechanic in a game, but when you banish, everything you rolled through also gets banished. So you can just get, like, the best upgrades in the game that you usually see maybe once in an entire run, or 0 times because they're so rare, and you get them on every single level up then. Philosophical fans? One viewer even offered a bit of wisdom to defend your Dexanity. Alter, A foolish man complains about the hole in his pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his jewels. I remember reading that. And I just didn't understand it. Like, I know what it means to scratch your balls, okay? But what had this to do with the Cool LLC video? Where I went to the blue layer and mined it, got the best pickaxe without miners. I don't understand it. Oh my god. The winner for best comment. Okay. If we define the best as truly captures the... I want to do it slow. How do I do it slow? It's likely the one from the viewer who told you a game that is fun for you is fun for us. Man... I mean, listen, I appreciate it, but see, this is why we do the worst comments. Like, these are all very nice, and I really enjoy them. But at least with the worst ones, we get a ban out of them, you know? Or I can call you stupid because you said something stupid. So how about for the end of this, we do something very general, right? Like, we ask the AI for advice. What advice would you give me? First off, I should mention that I'm asked to the... Please rewrite the comment, but I nicknamed you as Grog. Listen up, Dex. I've crunched the Does Grog have a writing style? Listen, I don't really do anything on Twitter because I think it's like the most toxic platform in the existence of anything. And that means a lot. Because I've played League of Legends for 14 years, okay? But League of Legends is kindergarten in comparison to Twitter. Twitter is literally just looking for things to manhunt people. Alter! I've crunched the numbers on your dexterity. I'm actually getting PTSD from this. This is insane. You may call it even dexane. Oh god. And while you might be a genius in stupidity, according to your fans, the data shows weaponize the broken meta. The Joes in your comments love to act like they know better, but your best performing videos prove that they are really here to see you break reality. The orb, yeah, that was a really good one. That was a really good one, but it was an amazing video overall. But that performed really well. Grog's advice, stop playing the game correctly. Keep finding the garbage item everyone hates and turn them into gods. Use titles like, they said this was impossible. To bait the skeptics. Scheiße. Does this mean I need to do another X video where I go to the deepest layer possible? No. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, no, no. Oh god, it would actually be the drill, wouldn't it? No, 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 no. Lean into the 100% obsession. Yeah, that has been a huge trend recently that worked out really well. And the best thing is, I really enjoy doing that. Like, I love doing that. Not saying I don't love the rest, but for me it's amazing because it's new. I didn't know that, and I have a huge amount of fun. Your retention on long-form content is borderline illegal. I agree. They make... Like, they earn a lot more money, they show more ads, but you also get more YouTube premium revenue because they're so long. But I should state, my channel barely gets any ads. Like, I think the average was 2.15 ads per video. On a 50-minute video to see 2 ads, which may just be the pre-roll showing 2 ads, right? And that was it. That's not good. It's not a good statistic. But yeah. 44 minutes! Oh, but that game was a lot of fun. Yeah. Your community loves the struggle even when you... There's too much text, like I can't read that. Use shorts? No. I hate shorts with a passion. I really hate shorts. I think shorts are even bad for your channel because they draw in the wrong audience and telling... Okay, the irony, right? The irony and telling me to make really long videos and then telling me make shorts. It's like... Do you think I want someone with brain damage to watch my content? They will not. They see a minute video is over 3 minutes long and they'll be like, huh? I can't read that number. I don't know how long the video is. Let's go back to the ballerina dancing with pumpkin. You know what? Cultivate the favorite idiot vibe. Dude, I hate people that do that, that play into these specific things, unless it's for a joke. But the problem is, or the good thing is, I don't know how you view it, it's just me being me, right? It's like, you know, I'm not gonna cultivate anything. Well, I would say that was it though. I'm not sure if this was fun, but it was interesting. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that. You've started something. You've started something that no one ever did before. You've completely broken the AI. Like, completely. The things... My entire channel is just insanity. I didn't even see that because I stopped raiding. Because I didn't care. The thing is, what did you do? What did you do, AE Gaming TV? What did you do? Yeah, okay, that was it. You know what? I'm actually done. I'm really done. I'm completely done. I gotta debate what I do with this comment because it's really messing with stuff apparently. See you next time. Bye bye.